Hello students, welcome to the 12th theory lecture of Python. Let us check the syllabus first of all. Our course code is 1914. These are the contents. The topic I am going to discuss today is Python loops of second unit, chapter number 1 and topic number 2. Unit 2, part 1, control structure, and lesson number 2, Python loops. First of all, before we continue with the definition of the loop, when we execute a program, statement 1 execute first, followed by statement 2 and then statement 3 up to so on. This one is the basic criteria. There may be the requirement when we have to execute a group of statements for several number of times. To do the above, some mechanism is required, and the mechanism is there in the form of loops. Inside the loops, we can execute a single statement or group of statement as many number of times as required by the user. Now, what about the definition of loop? Loop allows us to execute a statement or statements any number of times as required. Now, what are the various types of loops in Python? First one is while loop, second is for loop, and third one is nested loop. I would like to discuss these loops using programming concepts. First one is write a program to print the numbers from 3 to 9 using while loop. And second is printing of the numbers from 7 to 4 using again while loop. Now if I have to print the numbers from 3 to 9, I have to set the starting value 3, n is equal to 3, then n less than equal to 9 means the end point, then each time n is incremented by 1. Now what is the meaning of end? With the help of end, I can print the data inside the row. And what about the second one? If I have to print the data from 7 to 4, that is in a reverse order, basically what is the output? I am printing the data here in increasing order and here in decreasing order. Each time decremented by 1. If I am writing 7, a greater than equal to 4, it means 7 to 4, each time the value is decremented by 1. A is equal to a minus 1. And I can print the data in column because end is not there. Now look at this second statement or second program related to while loop. This one is the program related to addition of the numbers from 1 to any number. For that, in first step, I enter a value from user side. Let us enter 5. And then setting n is equal to 1, that is starting point. Sum is equal to 0. It is useful for this case. Sum is equal to sum plus n because each time we have to add the value to the sum. If m greater than 0, then do this execution, else please enter the positive value. It means this program is not valid for negative and 0 value. It's possible to execute only with positive integer values. While n less than equal to m, then sum is equal to sum plus n. Each time the number is added with the previous number. If I am writing 1, it means sum from 1 to 1, 1. Then second number 1, 2. It means 1 plus 2, that is 3. Then 1 plus 2 plus 3, that is 6. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 10. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is 15. In the third program, the title is write a program to add sum of the digits. Now what is the meaning of sum of the digits? If I am entering 1, 2, 3, 4, the total of these digits is equal to 10. Now how to operate this? Let us check this content inside our Spider platform. This one is the program. Write a program to add sum of the digits. In first step, I am entering number. Suppose I am explaining using comment section. Suppose the number I enter is equal to 786. Suppose this one is the number. Then n is equal to number. It means n is equal to 786. Then sum is equal to 0. It means sum is equal to 0. It's as it is. Remainder is equal to 0. Then what next? While number greater than 0. What is the meaning of number 786? It means 786 greater than 0. The statement is true. It means the loop will execute. Remainder is equal to. Now what is the meaning of this? Remainder is equal to 786 modulus 10. This answer is 6. Now what about the next value? Number is equal to number, then float division. The answer is 78. It gives us the quotient. Here in place of number you can write 786 because 786 is the entered value. The answer is 78 now. What about sum? Sum is equal to sum. Previous value is 0 plus remainder. Value of remainder is 6 and answer is equal to 6. This one is the first step. Now what about next step? While 78. Now the value of number is 78 is greater than 0. This one is the value 78. Now again the statement is true. Again the statement is true. Now what about remainder? Remainder is equal to 78 modulus 10. Now the answer is equal to 8. What about number? Number is equal to 78 then float division divided by 10 is equal to 7. 7 is the quotient. Then sum is equal to 6 plus then remainder, and value of remainder is equal to this one 8. It means 6 plus 8, it's equal to 14. And the last step, while if I am writing the last step as 7 greater than 0. Now why 7? Because now the value of number is equal to 7. Then the answer is true. And what about remainder? Remainder is equal to 7 modulus 10 and answer is equal to 7. And what about number? Number is equal to 7, then float division 10, the quotient is equal to 0. And what about sum? Sum is equal to sum plus remainder and answer is equal to 21. Now the last term, while 0 greater than 0, this statement is false. It will not execute. It means if I enter 786, the output will be 21. Let us check the output. Suppose I enter 786, the output is equal to 21. Similarly, you can check for any other value. Now the next one, write a program to display the reverse of the number. Now one more thing, if reverse of the number is the number itself, then the number is called. This one is palindrome number. This one is too much important. Now, suppose I have to explain this program. Again, I can select any number. Suppose number is equal to 786 again. This one is the number. Then in first step, n is equal to number. It means n is equal to 786. This one is the number. Now reverse is equal to 0. Now while 786 greater than 0, this statement is true. And what about remainder? Remainder is equal to number, that is 786 modulus 10, and the answer is 6. Means the remainder when 786 is divided by 10. What about number? Number is equal to 786 floor division 10. It gives us the quotient, that is 78. Now what about reverse of the number? Reverse is equal to reverse multiply 10. This one is 0 because value of reverse is equal to 0. This one. Then plus remainder. What is the meaning of plus remainder? Remainder is equal to 6 and answer is equal to 6. Now you can copy this one and paste here so that we can continue with the next one. Here the value is 78 because the number is 78 now. If I am writing 78 here, then remainder is 8. And if I am writing 78 here, then quotient is equal to 7. What about this value? Here the answer is, now remainder is equal to, reverse is equal to, reverse multiply 10. It means 60 here because 6 multiply 10 plus remainder. What about remainder? It's 8. Here the value is 8 and answer is 68. Now check again. The last value is 7 and here you can write 7 and also here 7. And what about remainder? Remainder is equal to 7 and quotient is equal to 0 and quotient is equal to 0. Then the next value, reverse. Reverse is equal to reverse multiply 10, 680. Then you can add remainder here. Then value is 687. You can execute the program now. If I enter 786 here, then answer is 687. Rest I will talk in next video. Thanks for watching.